Francesco Trapani is Bulgari. It was once a Hollywood secret kept by the stars. Now anyone with a little money can own a little part of it. He has transformed the family business into a $4.7 billion global empire in just 20 years. Trapani has his sights set on dominating the worldwide luxury goods market, which today is worth $220 billion a year.
When I became managing director, the company only made jewelry. Today, it makes many products. We also do perfume now, so buying a bottle of perfume costs a lot less than jewelry or a watch. And so in this case, the brand has become more accessible and widespread to more and more people.
The Bulgari store on Rome's Via Condotti was its first. It's still there today.
Bulgari was founded in 1884 by my great-grandfather Saturio Bulgari, who was Greek and came to live in Italy.
In his workshop, silver quickly gave way to gold as the brand went up market. With each decade, individual designer pieces became more exclusive. The Bulgari reputation for fine craftsmanship grew as quickly as the prices the rich and famous were prepared to pay. Trapani and his second wife Lorenza have flown to the Sicilian coast to sail their $10 million 41-meter yacht.
I have a very beautiful boat, which I use mainly to be with my family, my wife and friends.
Paris in the spring is compulsory. Speaking French is unnecessary. Understanding red clay is mandatory. The greatest tennis players search for victory buried in the clay.
I love Paris.
The 2006 French Open starts Sunday at the following times on Orbit ESPN.
At the end of World War II, more than 1,500 Italians were accused of war crimes. None of them were ever prosecuted or condemned. While the Germans stood trial in Nuremberg, Italian crimes were covered by a conspiracy of silence. Who protected the Italian war criminals? A young historian reopens the case, revealing a massacre that had remained hidden for 65 years.
Piccolo punto nell'arcipelago rurale della Grecia continentale diventa improvvisamente il teatro di una incredibile ferocia repressiva da parte delle forze di occupazione.
Το ζήτημα είναι ποιοι είναι οι ένοχοι.
On February 16, 1943, during the Italian occupation of Greece, the entire male population in the village of Domenican, aged between 14 and 80, was slaughtered in a single night.
Και λέει ο πατέρας μου, ήρθε τώρα να μας σκοτώσουν όλοι απόψε, λέει, σμπρώξεις ή κανένα χαντάκι, κανένα παιδί να ακούει το όνομα.
Οι Ιταλοί λέγαν ότι θα τους σκοτώσουμε αυτούς μεταξύ τους και τα λοιπά, τι συζητούσαν.
Γι' αυτό σε καταλάβαινε. Μάνα λέει θα μας σκοτώσουν όλοι.
Good news! You don't need to live in the U.S. to enjoy American football. The heat is on with the French League every Saturday on Ariadia.
Another cyclone, another flood, another disaster aggravated by climate change adds up to another challenge for world food security. With 147 million people, Bangladesh is one of the most densely populated countries. As sea levels rise and land is lost, producing enough food for the population is becoming harder. While northeast Bangladesh experienced its heaviest rainfall ever in 2007, the northwest suffered an unprecedented drought when monsoon rains failed. Although this region is normally prone to drought, it is occurring with much greater frequency and for longer periods. In an effort to curb the resulting food shortages, FAO is raising farmers' productivity through improved farming systems and new technologies. Another successful FAO initiative is the Climate Field School in the village of Shibpur Siala.
The whole village is better off as we now know which crops to grow at which time of year. We are getting new information about what crops are suitable for a change of climate.
Another FAO initiative is an energy-efficient stove which saves fuel consumption by 30 to 40%. This reduces the amount of greenhouse gases released into the atmosphere. In Bangladesh and around the world, the consequences of climate change cannot be ignored. The problem is global, but to those suffering from hunger, its impact is personal.
This is the castle, symbol of power since the 9th century and the most famous landmark in Prague. You see it on all the postcards. The castle's been home to many regimes, from medieval royalty through the Habsburgs and the Nazi occupation, the communists, and since the 1989 revolution, the government is still here, but now it seems like it belongs to the people.
And after breakfast, it's time to leave Prague and hit the road.
Met a couple of Czech guys who invited me to go to a rave in northern